It didn't make sense to him. Just a few weeks ago, everything felt real. They were talking every day, laughing, sharing things, spending time together. There was connection, there was energy, there was something building. At least, that's what he thought. From his perspective, it wasn't casual. It wasn't temporary. It felt like it was going somewhere. And then suddenly, everything changed. Her messages became shorter, less frequent, less engaged. At first, he ignored it. He told himself she was just busy, that maybe she had things going on, that it wasn't a big deal. But deep down, he felt it. Something was different. The energy was not the same. The way she responded, the way she interacted, the way she showed up. It all started to shift. And that shift created uncertainty. And uncertainty creates questions. So he started thinking, maybe I said something wrong. Maybe I moved too fast. Maybe I didn't do enough. Maybe I should text more. Maybe I should show more interest. And without realizing it, he started adjusting his behavior. He became more available. He replied faster. He initiated more. He tried to bring back the energy they had before. But the more he tried, the more distant she felt. And that confused him even more. Because in his mind, effort should fix things. Attention should bring people closer. Interest should create connection. But that's not how attraction works. Because attraction is not built on effort alone. It is built on perception, on emotional dynamics, on how two people position themselves in the interaction. And without realizing it, that positioning had already changed. Because as he started investing more, she started investing less. He became the one trying to maintain the connection. She became the one responding. And that shift is subtle, but powerful. Because the person who is trying harder is usually the one losing control. And control is directly connected to attraction. The more someone feels in control of their own state, their own behavior, their own direction, the more stable they appear. And stability is attractive. But the moment your behavior becomes reactive, dependent, focused on the other person, that stability disappears. And once that happens, attraction begins to fade. He thought he needed to do more, to show more, to prove more. So he kept going. More messages, more attention, more effort, trying to fix something that was already changing beneath the surface. And then one day, it happened. He saw it. A picture, a story. She was with someone else, smiling, relaxed, present, the same way she used to be with him. And that moment hit harder than anything else, because it didn't just feel like rejection. It felt like replacement. Like everything they had was suddenly gone. Like it meant nothing. How did she move on so fast? How could something that felt real disappear so quickly? But the truth is, it didn't disappear suddenly. It changed gradually, and he just didn't see it in time. Because while he was increasing his investment, she was already decreasing hers. While he was getting more attached, she was becoming more detached. And by the time he noticed, the dynamic had already shifted. But here is the part most men don't understand. She didn't replace him because he wasn't good enough. She replaced him because the dynamic changed. At the beginning, he was present, natural, not over-invested, not reactive. He had his own life, his own focus, and that created space. Space for curiosity, space for attraction, space for her to move towards him. But over time, that space disappeared because his focus became centered on her. His attention became constant, predictable, guaranteed. And when attention becomes guaranteed, its value changes. Not because the person changes, but because the dynamic does. Another important factor is emotional dependency. When he started caring more, he also started needing more. Needing her attention, her replies, her presence. And that need became visible, not through words, but through behavior, through timing, through energy, through reactions. And once that need becomes visible, the dynamic shifts again. Because attraction is not built on need. It is built on presence, on someone who is grounded, who is stable, who is not emotionally dependent on the outcome. And when that disappears, attraction follows. She didn't move on fast. She disconnected slowly, emotionally, before she ever did physically. And that is why it feels instant. Because the visible change happens at the end, but the real change happens long before that. Because once you understand this, you stop focusing on the moment of loss, and you start paying attention to the process, the dynamic, the balance, the way you show up. Because attraction is not something you force, it's something you maintain. So the real question is not, why did she replace me so fast? The real question is, when did the dynamic start changing? Because that's where everything begins, and that's where everything can be understood.